Hi everyone, it is Gina. I am back in my kitchen today, and I am doing a chicken casserole in my crock pot today. Y'all have seen me do it kind of in the oven before. Today we're going to do it in the crock pot. And I don't have mixed vegetables, so we're going to have to mix our own. First thing I'm going to need is chicken or turkey gravy. This is just the kind I had. I did happen to have the Heinz. I like it. It's really not bad. Now, y'all know I know how to make my own gravy, but I just didn't do it today. And this will work in a pinch. So, we are putting that down in here. Next thing we're going to need is a can of cream of chicken soup. You can make your own cream of chicken soup as well. It works well in something like this as well. Again, I didn't have the time to do that before I was putting this in. I had been busy with school. And so right now, this is what I've got. And as I always tell y'all, you do the best with what you got at the time you got it. So, and yes, I've got a crock pot liner in my crock pot. So, less mess. And I do try to get all the contents out. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get every little bit of it out, but do the best. Just take a spoon or a whisk and blend those two things together. I'm doing the best I can with the crock pot liner in. But I just didn't want to dirty up more dishes to have to do. By the time you all see this, it will be Gina's birthday. And yeah, I'm not feeling it. So, I hate being old. Or older. I'm going backwards, y'all. Telling everybody I'm 18 again. So, next thing we need, I've got ground sage. This is Clover Valley brand. It's from Dollar General. I tell y'all all the time where my stuff is from. Probably about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. A lot of that just depends on taste. I really like sage in my food. I like the flavor of it really well, so that's kind of what we get. Alright, got that all blended up. My husband needed me for a second. Or I thought he did. We've got a can of green beans. We've got a small can of carrots here. I'm going to put those in there. Because like I said, I did not have any frozen mixed vegetables. By the time y'all see this, you'll see that I used them up in the hamburger soup recipe. I have not been back to the store to get any. It is what it is. So, yeah, we're just using what we've got on hand and making do. That's what the majority of us, you know, do when we don't have exactly what we would normally use. We just make do with what we have on hand. And I want to say hi to the new subscribers. I've noticed a few of you all have joined lately. Glad to have you in the YouTube family here on this channel. Yeah, we're great. We've got a really good community. This is just some frozen corn. I really like corn, y'all. So, we're trying to use this. And just continue to stir everything in, a little bit at a time. At this point, I am going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Not a whole lot, because canned vegetables and stuff do have a tendency to have salt in them. Even though I took and drained the juice off, there was salt in there. They weren't low sodium, so but it still needs a little according to my taste buds. If you can't have regular salt, use what you can have, what your doctor told you was best for you. If you're allergic, as always, I tell people if they are allergic to something, please do not put it in the recipe. I would prefer to not hear that somebody had an allergic reaction, so that's just my take on it. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Next thing's next. I've got some chicken here that I cooked up. I froze it. Actually, I cooked it up on Memorial Day and then put it in my freezer. So, yeah, what was left was put away, and so I said, well, we'll bust this out and we're going to make a meal with these. And they've been in my refrigerator, y'all, so they're still a little bit hard to bust up. And just by hand, I'm going to take my spoon and try to cut a few more chunks. In fact, they're still partially frozen, and I've had them out in my fridge for a couple days now, so obviously I've got a refrigerator that keeps my food very well refrigerated, which is what we want it to do. But as this cooks, it will be easier to break down the chicken, y'all. In fact, it'll probably do so in cooking. That will not be an issue. In fact, what I want to do, I'm going to pause real quick. This needs a little bit of liquid in it. Let me go get me some water. Alright, y'all. I've got a little water in here because that was looking a little bit too thick. By the time I added everything in here, and it needs, I don't want it to dry out completely. So I did add a little bit, not even a whole can full of water, just so that there would be enough broth in there. Like I said, I don't want it dried out. Y'all have seen me do stuffing. I added 1 egg and just some water. We're going to put this on the top of here and just kind of, you know, stir over the top of it so that it'll make a nice little topping for it. Kind of like a pot pie or something along that end. I like putting stuffing or biscuits on mine. I just like the flavor, especially with the stuffing. The stuffing adds a lot of flavor down in there. I didn't do onions and celery this time because, number one, I'm out of celery. Haven't been to the store yet. And I just didn't feel like standing and chopping a bunch of stuff up. So, that's the energy I had today to do this. But, we do have a meal going now for dinner. so I don't have to worry about that later on. I will have to see about getting time to... Next week, of course, this video will be up on the 23rd. The week after, I'm going to have to try my best to get something done, possibly this weekend, because we ended up getting a grant to make our bathroom handicap accessible, and to also come out in and put in some things that we needed, like we are getting the smoke detectors that flash for people that are deaf and hard of hearing. For those of you who are not aware of that, my husband is what they call profoundly hard of hearing. In other words, he only has a very small percentage of his hearing even left. So he needed that. Yeah, so we've got workers coming to do that. It is through a grant program. I've got to think about trying to... I'd like to redo my bathroom, but I ain't... You know, obviously with getting a grant and the contractors being paid by a grant and all that, that tells you I don't have a lot of extra money right now. You do have to qualify income-wise to get this, so... it's a good program. It does help a lot of people. I'm very, very thankful. I'd like to get some new stuff, but that stuff will probably be slow, and eventually y'all will see my bathroom after I've got it fixed up the way I want it, but, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, with having contractors in and out, and they put a new roof in... a week and a half ago or so, over my bathroom, because we were having leaks into the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, so we've got things going on there. It took us close to a year, if not a year, to get to the top of the list to get everything done. So it does take a while. You know, if you're handicapped, low income, and you need accessibility stuff, I would suggest that you would at least check around to see if you can get some help. A lot of it depends on what area of the country you're in, whether it's rural, urban, suburban. Like, we're rural, so some of the programs that would be available to me would not be available to people that are like in urban areas, just because of logistics and how some of the programs work. But check into that if you need it. They are there for people that need it. Don't do without things that you need, or accommodations that you need for your house to be able to be accessible. Some of the work is because of the fact that I have health issues, and I can't even, like, get my walker through doorways. I'm supposed to use one all the time, and it's very difficult because my doorways are too narrow to even really accommodate one, and that causes a lot of falls, y'all. But we get up and we keep trucking. But anywho, when this gets done, I think I've got everything in there. I've got a protein, I've got a starch, I've got a vegetable. Complete meal there, y'all. When it gets done, I will take pictures of what it looks like, if I can remember. And if you all see a video and y'all hear noise in the background, you'll know it's the contractors here working and doing their thing. Anyway, I will see you all in the next one. If you haven't already, click like, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section down below, and say hi to all of our new subscribers and just welcome them to the family. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.